Imagine boarding a brand new aircraft, sleek, modern, and promised to be one of the safest jets ever built. Now imagine learning that this same plane became the center of one of the most shocking aviation failures in modern history. The Boeing 737 MAX was supposed to redefine air travel. Instead, it delivered controversy, tragedy, and questions that shook the entire aviation world. The story begins with Boeing's race to compete with Airbus, whose A320neo was dominating the market with better fuel efficiency. Boeing needed a rival fast. Instead of designing a new aircraft from the ground up, they modified the existing 737, a design that dates back to the 1960s. Larger engines were added, but they didn't fit the plane's low frame. To compensate, engineers moved them higher and farther forward on the wing. It worked, but it changed the aircraft's aerodynamics. In certain situations, the nose could pitch upward, a risk Boeing had to fix quickly. The solution was software, the Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System, or MCAS. It was designed to automatically push the nose down if the plane sensed it was climbing too steeply. The system was supposed to be invisible to pilots, simple and safe. But that invisibility became the core problem. MCAS relied on a single sensor with no backup. If it malfunctioned, the system could repeatedly force the plane downward, even when pilots tried to pull up. And pilots weren't fully informed about how MCAS worked, or that it even existed. In October 2018, Lion Air Flight 610 crashed into the Java Sea minutes after takeoff. Investigators found that faulty sensor data triggered MCAS again and again, pushing the plane into a fatal dive. Boeing insisted the plane was safe. Months later, in March 2019, Ethiopian Airlines Flight 300 crashed under the same circumstances. 2 crashes, 346 lives lost, and suddenly, the world grounded the 737 MAX. The controversy exploded. Why didn't Boeing disclose MCAS? Why wasn't a second sensor required? Why were pilots trained using brief computer courses instead of full simulator sessions? Internal documents later revealed pressures to cut costs, accelerate production, and avoid delays that could let Airbus pull ahead. Safety concerns were raised and overlooked. The problem wasn't just a faulty system. It was a chain of decisions, engineering shortcuts, lack of transparency, inadequate training, and regulatory oversight that relied too heavily on Boeing's own assessments. Trust between manufacturers, airlines, regulators, and passengers was shattered. The solution required a complete overhaul. MCAS was rebuilt to rely on multiple sensors, with limits on how much control it could exert. Pilots received new training, simulators were updated, and global regulators took independent action instead of accepting Boeing's word. The aircraft was eventually cleared to fly again, but with stricter oversight and a very different approach to safety. Today, the 737 MAX controversy stands as one of aviation's most important lessons. Innovation cannot outrun accountability, and technology cannot replace transparency. In the sky, there is no margin for error, and when lives depend on every bolt, every sensor, and every line of code, the only acceptable path forward is one built on responsibility, honesty, and the unwavering priority of safety above all else.